Today, we are happy to introduce the Angiography injector. This injector can be used for coronary, artery, angiography, enhanced scan. Machine divided to three parts. This is the machine head. This is the local console. This is the remote console for operation room. Now we introduce the accessories of the DSA injector. Number 1, number 2 is the hand switch. Number 3 is the foot switch. Number 4 is the remote console communication cable. Number 5 is the syringe protect cover. Number 6, the communication cable for the local console. Number 7, the power supply cable. Number 8, the coupling cable for injector and the DSA. Now we install the local communication cable for the local console. Pay attention to the socket direction. Now we introduce the other side of cable. Pay attention to the direction. Now we install the local console's hand switch. Also pay attention to the direction and make it faster. Before we connect the remote cable, we must confirm the middle of the cable already put inside the groove. Now we install the connection cable for remote console. Also pay attention to the direction of the cable. This is the other side of the remote console communication cable. Also pay attention to the direction of the socket. Now we install the foot switch. Also pay attention to the direction. Now we install the coupling cable with the two heads. This cable to the coupling socket. Pay attention to the direction. This is the power supply cable from DSA machine. This is the other side for DSA machine. Connect at the end of the operation table. We can turn on the machine from the green switch button. Now the screen also turns on. This is the hand switch. This is the button for start and pause. This is the button for stop and cancel, and this is the indicator. Here on the machine head, we also have the indicator for status. Each indicator should work together. This is the syringe position and the protect cover for syringe. Now we come to the remote console with the local console synchronized display. Also, it has a hand switch, the button for start and pause, the button for cancel. This button for start and pause. This button is for stop and cancel and back to menu. This is the indicator for the injector. The remote console display is synchronized as the local one, but the only difference is at a preparing stage cannot change parameter here. This is the emergency switch. At emergency case, should push it to stop a machine. And we can rotate it to release the button. This is the power supply button for screen. This is the connection for hand switch of the monitor. This socket is the SD card update socket for monitor software. This is the socket for connection with power and the communication board in the machine body. Our machine's label is here, including the serial number, manufacture date, and the model. This is the knob for the manual injection. Clockwise rotate to fill the contrast, and anti-clockwise rotate to exhaust the air. This is the power supply socket. This is the fuse position. This is the USB socket for update to the software. This is a coupling socket for connect the DSA machine. This is the remote communication cable socket. This is the foot switch socket. This is the equal potential socket. This is a disposable syringe and tube for our angiography injector. Open the box, we find the syringe. And this is the J-type tube. Be careful about the J-type tube. Only touch the middle of the tube. Don't remove the cap of the syringe. First, move the machine head up to vertical position. Second, we take out the protect syringe cover. Now, like this side, has a design for the syringe. Make sure this fits in the right direction. Make sure insert the syringe in the proper position. Put the syringe into the head as the direction shows. In proper socket and rotate it with a force, press it down. Keep the machine head vertical position. Then press the to the end button. The piston will stop when it reaches the end of the syringe. Now we also make the machine head at vertical position. Then we can remove the cap of the syringe. Take out the J tube, but don't touch both end sides of the tube. Connect with the syringe. And submerge the tube into the contrast. Then press the reverse button to absorb the contrast. Okay, so if there is bubbles inside the tube, press slow forward to exhaust the air bubble inside. Okay, now after that, then we need to remove the tube. Make sure it's into water, then take out. Now we come to the local consoles operation. This is the back to the start button. Make the piston back to the initial position. Autofill button is to quick fill with the set volume of the contrast. This is to the end button to make the piston to the end position. All the three buttons here only need one touch to activate it. The second line's button need a long hold press to function it. This is the quick reverse. This is a slow reverse. This is pulse. This is a slow forward. This is a quick forward. Now we come to injection operation. First we come to the single phase. Race time means how fast it reaches the set rate from the zero speed. For example, we set the race time at 0.3 seconds. Set the rate at 3 ml per second. That means speed we need 0.3 seconds to accelerate from 0 to 3. Then we set the volume at 20 ml. Here is the protocol volume we set. Here is the protocol time. We set the scan delay 10 seconds. This means after the injection finish, the injector will give a signal to the DSA machine that it is 10 seconds later give the exposure. Now we set the injector delay for 5 seconds. DSA machine gives the exposure, then send the signal to injector. After 5 seconds, the injector starts injection protocol. Now we connect the tube with the syringe. The white side for patient, the orange side for syringe. Now we take out the syringe side cap first. Put it inside the syringe cap socket, then put them on the syringe. Then put the other patient side of the tube submerged into the contrast. Make sure all air bubble exhaust. After the preparation, we can move the head down to the ground. Now we can connect the tube with the catheter. First, remove the cap of the tube's patient side. Now we manually rotate the knob. Make sure the contrast a little out of the tube. Also make sure at the same time the catheter already put inside the patient has the blood come out. This moment should be liquid to liquid connection. We can set the pressure limit here. For example, we set 300 psi. Means if pressure over 300 psi will give alarm. Now everything finished, we can press arm single. Means we are ready for one-time injection. If we need to inject this protocol for multi-times, we press arm multi. Now we press arm single. Then pop up confirm air exhausted. First, we press test. If everything fine, we press inject. Now we try the arm multi. Also, air bubble should check. Then test. Then injection. After one-time injection, if we need one more time, we'll just continue press inject. Now we come to the phase injection. We can set the multi-phase injection here. For example, we can add phase before or after the current one and can put pause or cancel it. Pay attention, in the phase protocol we don't support the coupling function. Here, maximum we have 8 phase stage. We can adjust the 8 phase from here. Syringe means injection. This is for pulse. Arrow means insert the stage after or before the current stage. Press the arm. Also need check air and also test. After it, you can press inject. Now it comes to pulse because we set it, so we can press continue. Now we can save this protocol here for next time by press save. For example, set protocol name SN, press OK to save it. If next time we need this protocol, we press recall here. Find SN. Here is the options for parameters. We can set the forward, fast or slow. Also set the auto fill rate, the auto expel volume and rate, test rate and test volume, brightness. After any change here, you must press save it. Here is the help button for some instructions. Here is the history of the injection. If need alarm history, we can press alarm recall. Here we introduce the angle alarm. We open it from the option button. For example, now the machine head is vertical, so if press arm, it will give alarm. Even you cannot cancel this alarm. The only way to cancel this alarm, put the head down first. Then you can cancel this alarm. In operation menu, we can find the ISI toggle. Open it and press save. In the protocol menu, we now can see the icon of the ISI function. It means connection between DSA and the injector is open.